All right, and don't worry, everybody. I'm just doing a little setup as we get ready. That way we can just jump right into the match. But yeah, all you subscribers out there, thank you for being here, and thank you for just making my life fun. Seriously, this has been a great weekend, and I'm just really enjoying everything. With that said, I will probably have to recapture some of this stuff just based off of layout shenanigans that, yeah, it's fine. I'll live. Oh, I love Monkey Island music. It's so good. Everybody, welcome back to Kusogrand8, the Bad Video Game Tournament, and thank you so much for being here. I want to thank everybody who has subscribed and supported the channel. It's because of you that I am able to do what I do. Also, many thanks to the referees, the GMs, our tech team, mainly Tristan and Corndan, and all of you lovely viewers. I really am grateful for everything that you do. If you do want to support, you're always welcome to subscribe. If you're not able to do that, though, just watching, sharing clips, or lurking is completely fine. I support any of those, and I definitely appreciate what you do. So thank you so much. Now, it is time for us to move to the reveal for the last game of the weekend. Crappy. Oh, what are those? Potatoes. No, go away, potatoes! Why are the potatoes on the screen? Crappy! Help us! No, that's more potatoes! The other way! Oh, crappy. Okay, whatever. Well, I'm really hoping we have nothing potato-related. Maybe potato-shaped. We've got Tristan. Tristan, come in here. Are you a potato? You might be a potato. I don't know.
I don't think I'm a potato. I also forgot to give you my new GM image, so we'll figure that out for next time.
All right, give it to me next time. Yeah, like, I have egg. You're egg right now.
Yeah, the new image is also an egg. It's just different egg.
No potatoes, chat. How do I make angry face? Okay. There. There's an angry face in the Twitch chat. No more potatoes, okay? Nah, but for real, it's good to have you here. And again, Tristan, I have endless thanks for all that you've done to make the capturing process a whole lot easier for me. It has simplified stuff, even if you're like, oh, I need to polish this and that. Like, it still has completely changed everything for me and made life so much easier. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's resume padding.
I'm here for your resume. Oh my gosh. No, I'm joking. Yeah, pad your resume with me however you would want, I guess.
We should probably reveal the game.
Yeah, what game do we have?
We have what I tried to give out last time, and the last time I tried to give this out, one person had seen enough of it that we had to veto it, so I just got angry and nuked that group. This group avoided that fate, so we get to see ThunderCats for the ZX Spectrum.
Well, all of you furries in chat, get excited. We are going to watch a Meowvelous game. I don't know, ZX Spectrum, always fun. The players will have 1 hour to try to make as much progress as they can, although depending on how the game is this a fairly straightforward platformer that we're going to have here?
Platformer is maybe a generous word, but it is pretty straightforward.
Okay. Platformer
yeah,
being
like someone's local recording wasn't working, so now everyone is bouncing the streams up and down to change their settings.
No, that's completely fine. Okay, let me turn on the music here because you said that the title screen had really good music.
It's something.
Okay, you said that the title screen had music.
The title screen has music. Yeah, we'll go with that. I can't claim I'm super happy the airplane is being changed after we already took off. Let me make sure everything's okay. Yeah.
We have Owens, give me sight beyond sight. Oh.
No.
Oh, that's not good. oh, these players are in for a time.
Uh-oh. Do you know this? Apparently Roar is scared. And that's fair. Yeah.
So
get rid of kitty cats.
We had the Commodore 64 version of this in Kusogrand8 6 as part of a multi-game Saturday morning cartoon gauntlet that Dana Chrysalis did. But because that was a multi-game gauntlet, Dana made the individual games very kind. For the Commodore 64 version of this, which I would argue was easier than this version anyway, Dana provided infinite lives. I will not be doing that. They have 3 lives, no continues, back to the start of the game if you game over. So
yeah. You know, it's completely fine. I'll let the players do what they need to do. We may see 1 or 2 go down, and we're just making sure that they have a local recording going, just in case there are any internet issues.
We gave out...
Don't stress.
We gave out our copy of the streaming toolkit, and I had configured the local recording to use a shortcut called user profile, which should just say whatever your username is, that path. And it works for me, and there's not a single other person on this earth it works for, and I have no idea why that is.
Meekins is asking if they need to remove the picture. And I'm like, yes. You can't have dancing cat over the game cat. Okay? Game cat here for reason. No anime cat. Okay? This is like Western anime cats that we're doing here, not Eastern. Okay, I believe all of the players are ready to roll. So are you ready as well, Tristan?
I'm ready. This is going to be an experience.
Oh, with an experience, it's going to be perfect. Yeah, we actually have some pretty good classic players here as well. Meekins has been around in the community for a long time, helps out with BBG, with GDQ, I believe staff over there. Meekins has played over on Don't Make Us Bored. Like, I love them, seriously. They're really a lot of fun to have.
Meekins did also step up on practically no notice when one of our other racers had to step out of this match, so quite a bit of appreciation there.
Yay, thank you, Meekins. And I believe they are ready, so we need chat to spam emotes. What would be good emotes to spam? Should we bring out all the furry trash here?
Always, sure.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, spam your furry trash here. And not just the trash.
Furry trash.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's Twitch. Just go ahead and get whatever animals you can. Okay, because we're doing the countdown, the spam. And as soon as I see movement, I will start our timer, which, no, it's not 69 minutes, it's 60. Okay. I hit the 9 instead of the 0. They're right next to each other.
I said work safe, bro.
Work safe, furry trash emotes. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to work on recapturing this. And meanwhile, talk to me a little bit about what we're seeing here.
Okay. So the thing that this reminds me the most of is Arcade Rygar. If Arcade Rygar was rendered on a Tiger handheld game.
Well, that is special. That's a way to describe this.
As you can see, much to your dismay, this is a ZX Spectrum game, so you have a whole lot of overscan around the outside of the screen. A lot of border.
Yep.
Ignoring that, the entire top of the screen that is that background image, the cyan and purple on our top two racers,
Yep.
is not part of the game. The ceiling is the stalactites above it. So your actual play space is about half of the screen's vertical size and about 2/3 of its width.
Well, that's charming. I like all the sound effects. That sounds like my childhood. I swear.
Yeah. And as you can tell, there's no music. There's the title screen music between stages. I don't know how you want to handle that with having a playlist or not.
I'll see. We'll go ahead and rock out to the game for a while, and if for some reason I feel like we need other music, I can supplement this game. But for now, I'm pleased. Okay. And don't worry, chat, I will have the capture fixed in just a little bit so that you can see the game better. Just blame the ZX Spectrum, okay?
The Specky tends to do this, yes. I will say, one technical marvel here, I guess you can call it a marvel, the developers of this game in particular understood the limits of the Specky such that they didn't try to color any of the moving sprites a different color than the background, because that way lies pain on the Specky.
Okay.
You'll see games like Jet Set Willy where they do differently colored sprites, and you get this really horrible bleed to the nearest border of an 8-pixel square around you.
Okay.
Because that's how drawing in the Specky worked.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like, being able to make literally anything multicolor on the ZX Spectrum was a challenge. Because every square can only have a limited number of colors. And yeah, there's a lot of creativity that goes into making something look decent. And honestly, you know, I don't see a lot of bleed over from bleed over colors, except for the trees there, but that's kind of understandable. You know, the leaves are not the same color as the trunk. Sure, leaves usually aren't white and trunks aren't usually like bright yellow, but still, I appreciate the difference there. Oh, yeah, and so we've got a little parallax too.
Yeah, they did some layer shenanigans. There's some technically impressive stuff here for the Spectrum. Someone in chat pointed out a review that I've seen that gave it like a 93%. This game a 93%. And ostensibly, I don't disagree with the large asterisk of for the Spectrum. And a lot of what makes this real clumsy is it didn't age very well, and it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, we're having a lot of deaths, but extremely difficult is not too unusual for the era. No. Yeah, considering, like, I don't know. Most games you could usually play for maybe 2 or 3 minutes before you got a game over. It was people who talk about NES difficulty, it pales in comparison to other systems that were at around that time or even a little bit before. Difficulty was much higher because the games had to be shorter in general.
Yeah, and this one can be finished in about 12 minutes if you play perfectly.
That's all? Or
yeah,
no, that much? That's a long game for the ZX Spectrum. Holy crap.
Yeah, there's 14 stages. For the most part, you just go in the direction of the arrow at the bottom of the screen. There's one exception to that. It's a bit of a dirty trick. In the final stage, you have to go the opposite of the direction of the arrow to get the ability to go over a wall. You have to pick up a vehicle and drive it through the rest of the stage. I haven't told the racers this, so if we get to 14, it'll be interesting to see how they handle following the arrow and then hitting a wall and going, what do I do?
Wait, this is a specky platformer where if you jump, you can keep moving left and right while in the air, and you don't just go straight down after a set amount of time. This is blowing my mind. This is so sophisticated.
It's, like I said, for the Spectrum, it's very technically advanced.
This is just really good.
Oh, the eyeball on Meekin's screen. That's where I died repeatedly.
Yeah, I love that, like, I'm gonna go ahead and rave about this because this is really cool to me, but yeah, I can definitely understand this has aged take here.
Yeah, this definitely fits in the bin for me of was really, really advanced for the time, really frustratingly difficult, and what it leaned into did not age very well. But it's a contextual thing. This game's like 35 years old at this point. I would definitely consider it not an amazing thing to play in 2024, but they knew what they were doing when they put this together, on a technical level anyway.
Oh yeah, and that's something that I like to celebrate here as well. It's like nobody is going to go and play this game unless they're made to. Or unless they're a very, very specific type of YouTuber, you know? Those are the two groups of people who are going to play it, and I'm happy to fulfill the first purpose of making people play games that they wouldn't play otherwise.
Yeah, and the reaction to this is basically what I expected. Everyone's seeing it for the first time and going, oh no, and then as we start to dig into what they've actually done to create this game, they did some cool stuff that was not normal on the Spectrum. Like, jump control was not normal on the Spectrum. Your jump control here isn't great. It's pretty close to Castlevania jumping, really. But that's better than you get in a lot of things.
Are they committed jumps? No, they're not. You can move a little bit in the air. Like, the fact that you have literally any air control for the ZX Spectrum is cool.
They're height committed and you have a lot of inertia in the air, but I do believe you have some lateral control.
Yeah, it seems like if you're moving horizontally and you try to go backwards, you just move at the same speed. So, like, if you're moving while jumping, you can't stop moving until you land, and that can throw people off. It's one of the sins that Scunny committed, Back to the Woods specifically. And there are a lot of games that did that, but we're in a time where they should have had that as a fixed issue. For ZX Spectrum, I wouldn't expect them to have that resolved. No, this is like honestly, just figuring out how to give any air control is pretty good. I give them props.
Oh, so here we have a car.
No! Meteor to the back of the head!
Meekins is going to need to figure out how to utilize those. And I believe the way to actually board the car is to jump onto the driver's seat. Which is... If I were nice, I probably should have told them that, but these four racers have been in Kusogrand8 for like 5 years each, so... Yeah. I was very light in particular instructions to them.
It does look like Logstar Go had a question in Discord, so if you're able to, like, I think Logstar Go has been having some odd slowdown, and I'm not sure if that's the game or a problem on Logstar's end, but it's something we'll want to pay attention to.
Looks normal to me. Oh, I see. Just the random stutter. No, that's not normal.
Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and keep doing some commentary about this game, and we'll see if we have any other information here. Yeah, that seems a little bit odd. There definitely shouldn't be stuttering like that. Now, ThunderCats is a game about cats of thunder. No, it's about a TV show, which honestly I never watched. I never watched ThunderCats. I know basically nothing about it, other than there are cats that are like humans. Except, are they humans or are they cats?
I don't No. I actually don't know a whole lot about ThunderCats as like an IP.
People are saying they're aliens, just like the potatoes? Oh my gosh, potatoes and ThunderCats come from the same universe. Which is our universe, because they were both fictionalized here. Okay, so apparently they're cat-like humanoid aliens. Blah, blah, blah. The show was 1985 to 1989 and made by Pacific Animation Corporation. And that is pretty dang cool. Okay, so we're aliens. Again. Apparently today is Alien Day, okay? Yeah, y'all thought this was Cat Day. No, it's Alien Day. I do enjoy that, like, if you start swinging your sword and a projectile is coming at you, it still will kill the projectile, even if your sword isn't fully extended. It gives you a little bit of a buffer. I've seen Meekins doing that a few times, but unfortunately dying right by the vehicle again. That's fine. Whoop. I love it. I love the sounds here. Tristan, you said that I was gonna, like, oh no, it doesn't have music and stuff. It's got sound. The sound is better than the music from the last game.
That was definitely a potato of a game.
Yeah, it was. So this was developed by a company, as far as I can see, Gargoyle Games. They made other games from the era for ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, like Scooby-Doo on the Commodore 64. Yeah, Gargoyle classics from that era. I guess probably a collection of games that they had. Tir na Nog, Ad Astra. Actually, that sounds really familiar. Well, that looks pretty boring. Okay. Dun-Darak, Mars Sport. Is that like a combination of Mars and sport, or is it a port on... It's a port. Okay. So, Mars Port. There we go. And per chat, apparently Rob Hubbard did the music. Considering it's only the title screen, that's not too surprising. Rob Hubbard did a lot of music from the era. And this music is pretty good. Like, I would say it's not the best music I've ever heard on the Specky, but it's pretty good. It works for what it is.
It looks like Logstar is going to just restart, which is unfortunate. We'll need to figure out what to do about that as far as bonus time.
Yep. Occasionally, we do have players have technical issues that generally should have been addressed or at least noted beforehand, but we don't necessarily disqualify them or give them a mulligan. At times, we will give them a bonus amount of time at the end in order to make up for whatever time loss they had while getting everything fixed. So, usually we kept that at about 5 minutes of bonus time. We'll have to see what the referees feel is going to be fair in this situation. Speaking about the referees, though, we do have a wonderful team here helping out. Taven Nakarashi-ra. Oh, no. Is that a She-Ra joke? That's absolutely. Mendez and Dragus with Blastness as one of our backup referees here. Thank you all so much for the help. I've never seen She-Ra either. I never saw He-Man. I never saw She-Ra. I never saw ThunderCats. Little bit before my era, I gotta be honest. I did watch Rainbow Bright, though, which was up before my era as well, but still, it was Rainbow Bright.
Okay, I believe I have unburied myself from the stack of backroom maintenance that needed to be done. Let's see here. Yeah, everyone's on level 1 and 2. I expected this.
Yeah, except for Meekins. But it appears that Meekins, Full Lizards, and Lotstar Go have all made it to level 4. I believe Meekins has made the most progress there. But is there a purpose to the car on level 4?
On level 4, it's just there to make things a little bit faster. If you take a look at the timer in the bottom right, it's not very forgiving when you start a level. So every little bit of speed helps.
Okay.
Okay, we've got Logstar back.
Good.
So that's about, let's say, 2.5 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go ahead and referees, if you would like to make a decision on bonus time, you don't have to make it quite yet, but I would ask you to discuss it. I find it best with any of these decisions, leaving it to an impartial third party rather than, because I get emotional, Tristan. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, I still see the
I
slowdown,
still see
but
it,
only
yeah.
only for Logstar. Everyone else is fine.
Who would have known that a ZX Spectrum game might cause problems? Boop, boop. Yeah, you heard me. Boop. So I do have a question here. Occasionally I see the timer starting at 0 and going up. Are there some levels where, like, it's just tracking how long it takes you to go through rather than counting down until you die?
Yeah, those are most likely the bonus levels. I didn't tell them about the bonus levels. I wanted to see if they would figure this out on their own. Every couple of levels you get a message that says, like, rescue so-and-so for extra points. And those are bonus levels. They're numbered in the level order, so it doesn't tell you they're bonus, but if you die, you just instantly skip that level. So for a race, maybe the strategy is to just dive into a pit on a bonus level.
One worry that I have about that is that with a game like this and how often you're going to be dying, extra lives could be valuable, and a lot of the time scores will give you more lives. So if you do well on if you do well on a bonus stage, you could potentially have a better chance at beating the next stage if you get any extra lives based off of the score. Now, of course, I don't think I've seen anybody get extra lives, but I could be mistaken.
I am aware of one extra life in the...
Oh, I saw Meekins collected an extra life there on level 1, yeah. Up in a tree.
Yep. I don't know what these containers are that the players are breaking to get power-ups. They're weird.
They look like one of the, like, a ventilator that you'd see on top of some industrial building or something. You know, they just kind of spin a little bit. Yeah.
One of the ventilation system things.
Yeah.
I used to enjoy trying to kick a soccer ball and hitting the one on the top of my house, and my dad would always yell at me for it.
Well, don't do that.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, all of the players, though, I think they're starting to get used to this. I'm seeing a higher number of lives underneath the level, and that is good. So that is the number of lives that they have. I believe when it gets down to 1, that is their final life. So it's not like modern games where it has to get down to 0 before it's game over. Get down to 1, and that's your last one. Oh, the age-old argument of 1 or 0 being the final number. Justin, don't give me that look. He's rolling his eyes right now. What do you stand? 1 or 0 being the first?
What was that?
Tristan, which do you stand as the first number, 0 or 1?
Everything is 0 based. Like, Lua does things as a 1 base, and it's wrong.
Okay, so you don't like Lua.
I actually like Lua, I just don't like that it's a Razor 1 based.
I love it. Honestly, I don't care. I really have no horse in this race, you know. I don't care.
I was thinking about this a lot lately. Can I complain about Lua? Because I've been learning Lua scripting. I hate one indexing so much. It makes your math all messed up. There's so many good reasons to index by 0.
I mean, if you don't adjust for it, sure. If you learn one way, Grandpa. More.
It's not just like that though. It stuff like calculating sizes. The short story, without going into like the math of it, is that if you start counting at 1, you have to make more adjustments in more places, and there are less convenient ways to do stuff like calculating indices. Or if you want to like take like, if you want like to split a list, the end index is always like, if you start indexing at 0, then your size is always going to be the final index plus 1. But then you can use exclusive slices and not inclusive, and you have to do everything in a completely different way. When you start indexing at 1, it is actually, it becomes increasingly frustrating the more and more you have to work with it. If you learn it starting at 1, then you probably don't notice this, but then you go to use a real programming language that isn't Lua, that's actually good, and I really despise Lua. I'm aware that it is good at a lot of things, but I'm sorry, it just doesn't have, it's so small, and I think that's to its detriment.
That's
but
fair.
Every other language, my aspersions against Lua aside, you start going to do literally, like, programming literally any other language, and you have to learn, like, yes, it is a standard for the sake, like, it's tradition for its own sake, fair enough, but also there are good mathematical reasons why you should start indexing at 0.
All right. I haven't gotten too deep for that to matter. Like I've done Lua and some Python and some C# and some Java and some JavaScript and
you'll notice that of all those languages, Lua is the only one that starts at indexes at 1.
Lua is probably the one that I had to fight with the most. I will agree. Let me tell you, making that BizHawk shuffler in Lua, it took some fighting.
I had to go and compile a version of BizHawk recently off of a pull request to get Lua like completions in Visual Studio Code, because
Meekin's made a really good push. I apologize.
So
I need to actually talk about the match sometimes.
Yeah, anyways, I just wanted to talk about how much I hated Lua starting at 1. R also starts at 1, correct, and I do know R quite well, and I hate that too. Anyways, goodbye.
Well, that happened.
I love it. Well, it's my fault. I started talking about it, Tristan. Because, yeah, I think this is a game where your final life is 1, not 0. And, yeah, anyways, that happened. Welcome to Kusogrand8, where we've got a few nerds around here.
So I could take this opportunity to divert into talking about Weewa, which is a programming language that uses entirely high-range Unicode glyphs.
How do you spell Weewa?
UIUA.
Okay. What the flip? What the crap is this crap? Okay, no, chat. I need you to see what Weewa is. I don't like this. I don't like it. Why would you make... This is curse knowledge, okay? Like, this isn't programming. This is gibber. This is what you would find in Tunic, okay? Like... Justin is laughing in the background here. Yeah, this is... Well, there you go, everybody. If you want to do stupid programming, you can use Weewa.
I actually want to learn this because I want to learn a stack-based language, and I should probably do something not completely asinine like this and learn Scheme or something, but...
If I put what into Dwarf Fortress into Weewa? Yeah, like Dwarf Fortress programmed in Weewa, the game looks exactly like the code.
I'm glad I got to just inflict that on a bunch of people. I can feel the psychic damage it caused.
I'm very excited about this. I love stupid things.
Okay. We did see, while the psychic damage was going on, we did see full lizards actually get in the car and try to drive off, and then pretty much immediately game over because you go too fast.
Do I want to pay attention to the game or look up more Wee-Wah pictures? No, I like this game. It's a good game.
This game deserves some respect. It is solid for what it is.
Honestly, I think this game, again, as we said, for the era, really good.
Yeah.
It has aged like a handful of butts.
Logstar got in the car and then just instantly got combo video to the tune of like 3 lives.
Oh, the car's a trap.
In this particular case, yeah.
So, cats can't drive cars. That's what's... Lesson number 1, cats don't drive cars. Lesson number 2, cats apparently do drive cars because look at Logstar go. Go! Logstar go, go!
There is Toonces, the cat that can drive a car.
Doesn't he?
Elepex got it, yeah.
I think yeah, I know Toonces. Oh, I love Toonces! Doesn't he drive off a cliff?
Toonces is an element of death and destruction.
Okay, let me see. Where's Toonces? Wee-Wah, Toonces. This is stupid day, apparently. Okay.
I have been in just a completely useless, stupid mood for like 2 days, and it's... Unfortunately, that's also like my kind of happy mood, so... It's like I'm in a good mood and I'm making it everybody's problem.
Good moods are good. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, okay. Everybody, there are a million GIFs of Toonces, and I need to share at least one of them. Okay, here. Bam, Toonces.
You can't show white space, Mango. It doesn't... No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, here's Toonces, everybody. Look at Toonces go! This is ThunderCats for you. ThunderCats for ZX Spectrum.
Who did it better, Lionel or Toonces?
I think we know the answer.
Do we?
Toonces.
All right.
Yeah, Toonces at least managed to drive for 10 seconds without dying.
So, I've had to go remind myself on where everyone is because I've been an absolute dingus for about 20 minutes. Everyone's got to stage 4.
Yeah, everybody, like, honestly, it's a pretty close match. So, right now, Meekins has made it to the first skull after the car. Flynn Church has made it to the 3rd pit after the car. Full Lizards has made it about 3 screen lakes after the car, and Logstar Go has bumped 3rd skull with car after level Shruck. I don't know what that means, but yeah, there you go. I don't know who was in first based off of that information, since they're all judging based off of a different signpost after the car, but we know they've all made it after the car.
Yeah, so what I said was some of these levels are just corridors. The area after the car in stage 4 is definitely just a corridor. It's going to be a real pain in the butt to track. Do your best, and if it doesn't work, we fall back to timestamps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, or VODs. Like, simply put, the convenient thing is that everything is being recorded on Twitch. We have evidence.
Yeah, but I don't trust your ISP. So I had them take timestamps too.
Fine. Fine. You don't trust my ISP? When is the last time that my internet killed a stream?
You know, that's a good question. I don't think I've seen that happen lately.
Yeah. Well, mind you, it definitely could happen because every time Comcast gets good, they then find a way to ruin it.
Oh my god. I had Comcast knock my internet out for 3 days 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
because they sent me an email going, we're upgrading your infrastructure so we can offer 10 gig in your area, except it's not actually 10 gig, but that's an entirely different ramble I'm not going to start.
No,
we're going to
skull!
knock your service out for a day to do this. And then they got to the end of the day and then said, we didn't finish. We have to knock your service out tomorrow. And then they did that again and then threatened to do it a fourth time. But they just didn't. I don't know what happened.
Did they finish upgrading?
I don't know, I guess.
Hey, Meekins is through the corridor and is now into bigger corridor. This appears to be a good push.
Meekins does, or not Meekins.
No! Fireball to the
Meekin
face!
exploded.
I hate when I get a fireball to the face.
And then Full Lizards blew up in the car shortly after. This is... So what I told the refs, one of the refs asked me, do I expect to see level 14, that whole go the wrong direction thing, to become relevant? What I told them was, I don't know. One of two things will happen. Either no one will get past level 5, or we'll have completions.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know.
So far, we're in the former.
Yeah. But you never know when somebody has one good attempt. That's really all they need. And with how fast each attempt is, there's a high possibility that somebody will get level 4. Like, you know, people aren't dilly-dallying. They're getting back into the game quickly. We don't have people talking in Discord. They're focused. You know, they feel like there's actually hope.
It's an extremely short game over loop, so it feels like you can make a personal best in progress at any time.
Yeah, and I appreciate that about games like this, that there's so many modern games that it's just, if you get a game over, okay, it's time. Like Dark Souls, if you die.
It looks like our refs are going to move to the number of hits after the car, since everyone seems to have game overed in about the same screen and a half area. Yeah. So we should have a standard metric after another loop or two.
That sounds good to me. I love the music. It's fun. It's silly.
It's extremely blippy, but that's the kind of thing that you kind of... Okay. This is interesting. I think Full Lizards has figured out that you just die on level 3 and skip it.
Yep, you don't even lose a life if you do that.
Nope, I didn't tell them this because I wanted to see if they would figure it out.
It looks like Meekins has figured it out. Full Lizards as well. Both of them are doing pretty good. Just these stupid, weird fireballs of death. Like, Meekins is having a very difficult time dealing with them. Full Lizards into the car and crashing into the ceiling?
Yeah, don't do that.
You can crash into the ceiling while driving the car? Oh, Full Lizards may be making a new...
That's
personal best. This is pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to just see level 4 get done to make this a simple decision, but...
I think that's the skull that Logstar Go ran into a while ago, or that, or that, or that. There are a lot of skulls.
I'm pretty sure this is progress.
I don't think anybody's made it this far. Yeah, this is definitely a lead. What can you say when you're Full Lizards? Sometimes you just know how to drive a car. And unfortunately, that is another death. So, yeah, my question is, do you still think that the car is a trap here, or is it kind of necessary?
It's both. Like, I've seen a video where this stage got completed without it, but it finished at like 2 seconds left on the clock.
Okay. Yeah, I can believe that. What happens when you run out of time? Is it just you lose a life or you're game over? Oh no, it's game over, isn't it?
I believe it is. Oh, someone got a screenshot of the levels. 4 is much bigger than I recalled it being. Maybe you do need the car for that.
Oh no.
Can you,
Where's the screenshot?
The ref chat for the match.
Let me go. Let me go see if I can find. What is this?
Oh, right. I forgot. If you run out of time, you get attacked by Mumra. You don't die.
You get attacked by Mumra? Okay.
Yeah, you get attacked by Mumra, kind of like how running out of time in Arcade Rygar works. This game's a lot like Arcade Rygar.
That's good to know.
Which is kind of why I have a soft spot for it, because I've on and off been trying to 1cc that game for a while, and I'm just bad at it.
Okay, everybody, if you look at the fourth line here, the one that goes all the way to the right, that is level 4. And I think it actually loops around, and the little bit of blue right underneath it might still be that same level.
You know what? You're right. Yes.
Yeah, okay, so it goes all the way to the right and then loops around and goes a little bit more. So, yeah, that's how long the level is compared to the other levels.
Yeah, I take it back. The car's mandatory. I played through this heavily cheating. How long ago now? 2 months ago? Like, before we even started. So, I think December.
Okay.
So, my memory might be a little rusty on exactly how long levels are.
So, which cat do we play as?
That's Lionel, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
I can tell from the lack of pants.
I was gonna say from the flowing mane.
And the lack of pants.
The lack of pants? You don't need pants when you're in video games.
Is that a Utah fact?
Sure. I mean, I've played enough, like, Tears of the Kingdom. Run around in your underwear, talk to people. They laugh. Well, some of them.
Yeah?
Not all of... No, not the old ladies. They don't laugh. The old
I've
ladies.
played enough Final Fantasy XIV to know that people think pants are optional in that game. I
don't wear pants in Final Fantasy XIV. I've got some, like, fishnet stockings or... No. That's just for one of my outfits. I do wear stuff, okay? It's just not much. It actually looks like I'm wearing less clothing than if I had nothing on. Like, that's the beauty of clothes. You can look more nude in certain situations. It's kind of cool. It's like reverse psychology.
Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from on that. So it is entirely possible we're just going to see a lot of level 4. Like I said, either no one's getting past 5, or we're going to see a deep dive with, like, the potential to complete.
Now, I will say, somebody in chat is accusing me of not wearing pants during Kusogrand8, and I think that I've always worn pants or shorts or pajamas or something. I don't think I've ever, like, even just been in my underwear for Kusogrand8. I don't know, like, it's business time, okay?
I don't think I've ever worn pants when commentating a match.
You've never worn pants when commentating a match? Oh, okay, so you're Bizarro Bersentia here, okay. Yeah, whereas I am always clothed, Tristan is always nude.
I didn't say nude, I just said I wasn't wearing pants.
I said nude.
Fine.
Wait, the Shrambles, you put shoes on for commentary? Now that's weird. Weirder than Tristan being naked.
Which one always lies? Probably me. Or at least I omit things that are important. I think less honor is the closest to right for this one. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
What? Oh,
No,
okay, that's fair. No,
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's fair. I'm also kidding, but it's fair.
Wear what you want, or wear what you don't want. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as I'm not looking at you, like... Actually, I don't care. If Tristan... Like...
Oh, Meekin is in the car, so...
Meekin...
Potential...
No, bounce bouncing off the skull, but not dying. Okay.
Now dying.
How do you go up and down?
Up and down.
Well, okay. Meekin should have tried that.
You just can't while you're bouncing.
Oh, no.
Oh, the car section. What has happened to Logstar?
Logstar is having a kissing section with that pillar right there. Okay, I think Logstar might be back. There we go. Now, we are 40 minutes into it. At about the 50-minute mark, I'd like to hear from our refs about bonus time for Logstar Go, what they think would be reasonable here. And we
kind of already, like, tracked how long Logstar was gone and told them. So that was my mistake.
No. That's... Your mistake is doing, like, helping our refs. Oh, how dare you. How dare you,
I mean, I already
Tristan.
told Logstar 2.5 minutes of bonus time. I'm used to having to make all the decisions still.
Fine, okay. Somebody needs to ping me with these things. I need a...
Yeah, it's really hard to keep track of all of the backroom stuff that goes on. I can back you up on that one.
I'm the only human who likes to get added on Discord.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I know. But I'll do it. If I need you to reply, I will do it. I will at you. But yeah, when people at me, I'm like, I got a message.
Yeah, so I usurped the referee's decision. I just said Logstar gets 2.5 minutes. I apologize, mea culpa. I will do something in repentance. I don't know what yet.
Whips.
I said repentance.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, we've got 17 and a half minutes left. We've got a while here. Okay, now I am getting multiple pings, and see, this is what I need. This is what I need. Finally, people understand how I work. Which is... Okay, just think, like, what would a human want when it comes to notifications? Now do the opposite of that, and that's what I want.
You have been subscribed to text message marsupial facts.
You know what? I want some marsupial facts. Anybody have some hot marsupial facts? No, Meekins, that is another death, but everybody is doing pretty good. Like, I think that everybody is making progress at this point. You know, we're getting, everybody has gotten into the car. Everybody is, like, getting some decent pushes there. Flynn, having a bit of a hard time getting into the car this time. You have to be on... I don't think it's pixel perfect jumping into the car, but at least not too far to the left. Oh no, Flynn! The fireball got you!
I do think that we at least have consensus that Full Lizards took first with that really good run they did a little bit ago. And they died to what was mapped out to be the last skull in the level. See, I thought to myself, this game will be easy to track, and I completely forgot about level 4.
No, it's easy. It's left to right.
It's just based on stages. What's so hard, Forehead? And no, everyone's on the same stage because it's heck.
Yeah, but at the same, I actually am really enjoying this match. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's very, as much as you said that, like, oh, the audio's not as good. This is still much better audio than the last game. Like,
I mostly just wanted to warn you there was no music during the actual stages, because that's the kind of thing I figured you'd want to know about.
I mean, I do enjoy knowing that, like, but at the same time, I can be surprised, and if I get bored, I can put music on. But, like, with all of the sound effects and then the music in between stages, like, I feel like this is the ideal gaming experience. I do. One thing I want to note that Flynn is doing, occasionally when an enemy spawns on the right side of the screen, Flynn will walk back to the left and then to the right in order to despawn the enemy. That way, he doesn't have to deal with it. I think that's a very clever solution. The only downside is if if an enemy spawns to the left of Flynn before managing to make a little bit more progress there, that can be a problem. But I think if you have one good run doing that and it makes it more reliable for you, then go for it. You know? Oh no, Meekins!
How did Meekins not die? I mean, Meekins did die, but before that, Meekins successfully not died, and I have no idea how.
It seems occasionally if you bounce off a wall and get hit by a fireball, you don't die, and I'm not sure exactly what the timing is on that, but I've seen a few people do it at this point.
It's real weird.
Yeah, let's just say the car is a little bit safer against fireballs than not being in the car. It's like lightning, you know? If you get struck by lightning without being in a car, you're in trouble. If you're in the car, you're in trouble, but probably not as much, you know, since you got the metal frame around you. Could still be in trouble, but, you know. Someone is saying lightning in cars should be fine. What if you're sticking your hand out the window, huh? And it gets your hand. Is that fine? No.
Why would you put lightning in a car?
Look, how else is she gonna go save the Falsey or whatever? I don't remember the plot.
I actually really like 13. I feel like I really like 13 too, and I feel like I'm apocryphal for that.
You should talk to Justin. Justin says that 13 is his favorite Final Fantasy.
13-2 is mine, and everyone goes, "How can you believe that?" It's like, I have tastes,
I haven't played 13-2, but I do know that the combat system, a lot of people like it better. I should give it a try. I just never have.
So it looks like the preliminary placement is Full Lizards is in first, and we're pretty confident in that one, and then Logstar, then Meekin, then Flynn.
Yes, thank you very much for the pings on that as well. Keep them coming.
See, this is where you and I differ, I guess, because I don't like notifications specifically because I've worked in jobs where for multiple years in a row, getting a notification was a precursor to verbal abuse from a coworker.
See, that's why you don't work a job.
That's why I don't work in that company anymore.
Or, yeah, actually that. Yeah, I can understand that, but like all of the jobs that I work now, like, I think the worst thing for me is a one-on-one meeting. I specifically tell people, like, if you're going to schedule a one-on-one meeting with me, you have to tell me what it is beforehand. If you don't,
oh yeah, I told my manager that at one point, and he flat out said, "I can't do that because if the reason is to fire you, I can't tell you." Thanks.
Well, then I'm not going to the meeting.
Yeah, I'm just not going to go to the meeting. You can't fire me if I never show up to the meeting.
That's perfect. If the only time that they won't tell you what the meeting is about is when they're going to fire you, you don't go to the meeting and you're never fired.
Yeah. Level 4 is Turbo Tunnel levels of tough. Yeah, I can give it that.
Nah. Turbo
I've seen
Tunnel,
people finish the Turbo Tunnel. I haven't seen anybody finish this today.
I've been in the Turbo Tunnel multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turbo Tunnel is easy peasy. I mean, after doing it a billion times, but
yeah.
It takes a little while to get there.
We've got Flynn making a run on level 4. Oh no.
This, I'd say, like... Oh, Flynn,
That's
no!
Unlucky. Just every fireball is right where you want to be.
Well, what you want to do is when you shoot, you don't change lanes, okay? Okay, like, let's compare this to real driving. So you're driving down the interstate and you pull out your rocket launcher to blow up the car in front of you. Do you switch lanes after firing the rocket? No! I mean, unless you're worried about the debris and stuff, in which case, yes. But if it actually dissolves the vehicle in front of you, the best strat is to stay behind the dissolving rockets. That way you can just blow up all the cars.
The important thing about this is if you're going to change lanes after blowing up the other vehicle, you need to make sure to properly signal first.
Yeah, and check your blind spot.
Meekin died at literally the final pixel of stage 2.
I love
probably
it.
Thought they could beat the enemy to the exit point and lost that gamble.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of deaths at the very end of a stage and then moving on to the next stage. And usually it was level 3 since that's a bonus. But occasionally, yeah, I've seen it right at the finish line. Meekins is like, I'm just gone.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Meekin got to that point and didn't have enough lives and just decided to tap out for that one. I mean, we are down to 8.5 minutes left. I don't necessarily blame or besmirch that strategy.
By the way, you remember that nightmare image of how long level 4 is?
Uh-huh.
Our refs are using that to track.
You know what? I'm glad. I was starting to sweat a little bit. I owe the referees a beverage of their choice after this. This was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be water. Okay, you can choose something other than water. Well, actually, I don't know. Like,
just don't make it the like $5,000 a shot bourbon that Namba drinks in Like a Dragon, please.
Oh my gosh, I really want to play the new I guess not Yakuza game, the new Like a Dragon game.
Everyone I know just calls it Y8 and just whatever.
Infinite Wealth just sounds like it's a DLC that lets you have infinite money, and it's like, I guess I'll pay for that. I guess I'll pay the $5 in order to have infinite wealth. Sure.
As it turns out, it's false advertising, because through the entire game, you actually have finite wealth.
I mean, yes, but you can... There's no limit to how much you can acquire, right?
I don't know. Flint's gonna try this on foot. I don't think that's going to pan out. It certainly didn't.
Yeah, if anybody wants to buy Yakuza, or not Yakuza, Infinite Wealth for me, I would play it. No, but for real, it's probably going to come out on the Xbox Game Pass in the near future, I would assume.
They have specifically said they don't plan to do that.
What?
Yeah, like it was a giant kerfluffle because they've done that with every Yakuza game like up until now. And they flat out said, no, we don't plan to do that. That may have changed since then. You know, do your own research. YMMV caveat emptor. That's the last thing I heard.
I mean... If a lot of people are waiting to, like, are not buying it because they're like, it's going to come out on Game Pass, and then they announce it's not coming out on Game Pass, even if it does later, then that means people are going to be like, I got to buy it then. But as soon as you do release it on Game Pass, then nobody trusts you again.
I don't trust them anyway.
You don't trust Sega? How dare you?
The only thing about Sega I trust is the Mahjong game they make.
Which one?
There's a really crusty Japanese-only one that's apparently pretty popular that I want to check out at some point if I can figure out how to do it.
The only thing you trust about Sega is something that you haven't even tried?
Mahjong is trustworthy.
Yeah, no.
Meekins is in the car. Someone else called it a bike. I call it a car.
Car bike.
Car bike.
Although car implies
lives.
wheels.
It is a conveyance.
And bike implies wheels. This is neither car nor bike. This is just like a hover ship.
I mean, yes. So I guess we're gonna see if Meekins can just brute force this with life count, I guess. Because it's not easy otherwise.
Yeah. Like, learning where the skulls is very helpful, but this might be a new, like, I think this is a personal best and maybe better than any other player. This is a very good push. Meekins may move into the lead here. Oh no! The skull!
Oh no. Let me try to get a look at the map here. Unfortunately, I'm on a flipped screen that makes this hard.
We have somebody in chat, by the way.
That is exactly where Full Lizards died.
No! We have somebody in chat, by the way, who played this as a kid. Charlie Pancakes. Charlie Pancakes, you played this as a kid? I love that. Yeah, this game's brutal.
Oh, man. So...
Yeah, we have
off the skull.
Refs are going to go count some pixels real quick.
Yeah, Meekins got there later, bounced off the skull. If Full Lizards also bounced off the skull,
that would mean that Full Lizards and Meekins got to the same pixel. If Full Lizards didn't, then that means Meekins may have made a tiny bit more progress. Now, we're at the point where that might actually matter. But there is a possibility one of those players will get back to where they were before. We'll just have to see. Meekins is dying a lot, though. Okay, that's okay. 4 lives going into the bonus stage. All you have to do is die, and then you're done. Yeah, like that. Oh, and actually, yeah, Meekins technically
got past the skull before exploding.
Yeah, I do have, thank you referees for all of the help here. Let me go ahead and share this picture with everybody so you can see what we're seeing here. We have Meekins getting to this point a tiny bit past the skull.
Are you kidding me?
Well, not technically past, like a little bit above the skull while dying. That is as far to the right as we have seen Meekins.
Oh, gracious. That's a difference.
I love it.
Yeah, this would have gone in the tube and bin if we didn't have 4 refs watching this. I am very appreciative and humbled.
No, we would have just said we don't know who won.
We have to check VODs.
Yeah, and by the way, yeah, we don't track where they died. We track the most progress that they made. So if Full Lizards bounced off of the skull and then died flying to the left, that doesn't matter. Full Lizards made it to the skull. That is the tracking. But remember, Logstar Go also has some extra time once we hit time. And I will keep things going until we hit the 2.5 minutes after.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, even though Logstar Go is starting over right now, this game is short enough that that might not matter. Like, starting over is going to be fine. Meekins, I feel, has gotten to the point where they are done. Full Lizards getting a push. The skull is coming up. The skull is right here. Okay. Bounce. Oh, Full Lizards moves into the lead in the final minute. That is a very definitively Full Lizards clears the level. And that is first place. Though we'll have to see what Logstar Go is able to do. I do not know if Logstar Go, like, taking all of those deaths on level 1 is pretty brutal. Oh, Full Lizards just had an enemy fly into their head. But what a satisfying, surprising lead change in the final minute of the match, Tristan.
Yeah, and yeah, Logstar can't reset at this point. There's no way. Like, even this might be too late. We'll have to see. So we're going with this, and whatever happens, happens. And yeah, that lead change was at 59-15. That was wild.
Yeah, so that is time, but we are letting it go for another 2.5 minutes. I will let people know when we have reached that. Logstar Go just jumped on a little bad guy. But yeah, I'm actually gonna. No, we're not. Like, you can spam time. We're going 2.5 minutes over though.
Yeah, we can't pull anyone in quite yet, just in case Logstar does pull this out with 1 life left.
I don't think there's a chance.
I don't think so either, but we're gonna let it happen. We'll see what happens.
Yep, as long as Logstar Go is playing, I'm not stopping the timer.
That's pretty much it.
I mean, until 2.5 minutes after. And Logstar Go is typing in Discord. We'll see if he says that's it. And yep. I'm just clarifying, is that calling it? Because if so, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It is called. That is time. We are done. And with an amazing push in the very final minute, Full Lizards passed Meekins and took the victory. Meekins not too far behind, though, coming in second. Let me go ahead and make sure I have the placements for the other players here. It looks like Logstar Go taking third and Flynn Church coming in fourth. Still, all of the players made it to the same level, except for Full Lizards, who got 1 level past. All of the others got to the bike section. It's just, you know, honestly, all of them were pretty even, I feel, Tristan. This was a very even match.
Yeah, it was... I knew that we would not get very far in. Like I said, either no one would pass 5 or we'd have completions, and it turned out to be the former. Everyone got stuck at around the same place because turbo tunnel on the car is rude, but everyone did really well. Meekins is saying they didn't figure out you could actually get in the car until 40 minutes in.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I'm just checking to see if Lizards wants to come and talk a little bit. Honestly, this was such a close match between everybody. Like, you know, between 4th and 2nd, like, it really wasn't that far. But luckily, we do have Full Lizards, the one person who finished stage 4.
Oh my gosh, that stage was completely nuts.
Yeah,
just like
you actually blew up exactly where Meekins did, and then actually finished the stage to take the lead at 59:15.
Yeah, what the crap? Like, you know, I always say it's getting close, it's very unlikely, but there is always a chance. What you did there is what I mean whenever I say that, because, like, having the buzzer beater, I saw you bounce off of the skull, and I'm like, oh no, Full Lizards. Like, I think one of the weird fireballs is gonna hit you, but because you're bouncing, I don't think you'll die, which you didn't. And luckily, nothing else was coming, so you were able to keep going past that skull, and I'm like, yes! You've got this! You passed Meekins, and then you beat the level, and I'm like, ah!
My heart was racing during that entire last run. Like, that was just completely crazy. You can't react to anything in that stage at all. Like,
I know.
You can kind of memorize where the skulls are, but the fireballs are just good luck.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I have to ask, what do you think about this game?
Honestly, I kind of had fun with that. That wasn't that bad, really. I mean, it's definitely annoying how enemies can just sort of spawn whenever they want, wherever they want. Like, you're basically never safe in this game ever. But, like, you can kind of get used to it after a while. Like, if you just keep moving forward and try not to stay in one place for too long, like, you can sort of get the hang of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I had fun with it. I don't know if I'd call that a good game, but I definitely enjoyed it.
In my opinion, this is a good game from the time that is a little aged. But with that, you know, at the same time, I think about games that I played from my childhood. This controls better than a lot of the other games there. Yeah, it's unfair in a lot of ways, but I'm actually really impressed with this on the ZX Spectrum. I think that the fact that it was on the ZX Spectrum and that wasn't exactly a great system for games is probably more representative of why it's a struggle to play. But again, like, you actually have air control when you jump.
Yeah, I was really surprised by that, actually. Like, I was expecting to be just full committal Castlevania style jumping, but you did actually have some kind of air control. Like,
yeah.
I still had problems where the character would just keep moving after I would let go for a second, and I fell in a lot of pits that way.
Oh yeah, I saw a lot of people falling into pits trying to make the jump into the hallway on level 4, especially.
That jump is so messed up. Like, even if you like line it up, there's still just the very high chance you're gonna get hit by a fireball on the way down. Like, I had no clue what you're supposed to do there.
Yeah, and I don't blame anybody. Like, most people died there most of the times that they got there. Luckily, the game is kind enough to spawn you after that jump, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much for that little grace. Because without it, I don't know if anybody would have beaten level 4.
Yeah, basically, by the end there, I was just... I knew I had to save all my lives for that level specifically because, you know, there's no predicting what was going to happen there. You just needed as many lives as you could get there, and then just be praying once you're in the bike.
Yeah. So, sort of my thought with this game, I often think about ways that people can practice for Kusogrand8 because, you know, it's going into a mystery tournament where you're going to get a game that you haven't played before. But at the same time, playing games from various systems from various eras gives you a better idea for how things handle and how things work. I actually think that this would be a relatively painless way to do it. Like, you know, it's got its flaws. By today's standards, it's not a good game at all. But at the same time, I think it's kind of enjoyable. And, like, I like the sounds, I like the music between levels. In general, this is probably one of the higher recommendations I would give for at least going and trying out a ZX Spectrum game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was honestly expecting worse when I saw we were playing a ZX Spectrum game, but that was surprisingly playable, except for the parts that weren't. Just like all the enemies that were constantly bombarding you.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's really my main complaint with this, is there's not really any way to predict anything, like, as far as the enemies are concerned. You just have to keep moving and just hope that nothing spawns behind you that you can't react to.
Yeah, I completely
But other than that,
agree.
I had a lot of fun with this.
Good. I had a blast, and like, just watching, talking, everything was an absolute joy today. Thank you again to the referees and to the GMs, and thank you, Tristan, for giving this game. Full Lizards, are you streaming anything these days that people should be aware about, or anything else you'd like to plug?
Not really. I don't really stream outside of, like, tournaments like this and the mystery tournament that I was just in. I got knocked out of that, unfortunately, but that was also a lot of fun. I don't really do much other than that these days.
That's all right. Yeah, if you do pick up streaming a little bit more, you can always let us know. I love to hear what people are doing in the community. And if you just keep it as something that's a little bit more casual and a hobby, I think that's perfect as well. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, and I want to thank Ritz Blues for resubscribing, as well as everybody else who did during the stream. Thank you for all the support for letting us continue on for our 8th tournament. It is very helpful, and I really appreciate it. Now, we will have some matches on Wednesday night. Tuesday, we should have Don't Make Us Bored, and probably expect some more on the following weekend, but not the one after that, because I'll be going to Dallas in a couple weeks for TFF. So if anybody is there, you can run into me. Otherwise, yeah, we're going to have another great week ahead of us. for now. I would like to go and raid GDQ because they are, unlike yesterday when they were doing a warm-up for Flame Fatale or Frost Fatales, they're actually doing it this time. So let's go and raid them. I don't know if we have a good raid message. I feel weird having a raid message for a large stream anyway. Let's just go and raid. Have fun watching, and if you want to chat, do. And if you don't want to chat, that is fine as well. Let's go and see how that charity marathon is going. Take care, friends. See ya, Full Lizards.
Oh, see you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sure thing. Thank you, Tristan.
Yeah, that was fun.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye.